Hey everybody, Simba this here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. Today's going to be a pretty quick update since I only bought one and I only watched one, but let's get down to it. Today I picked up Family Matters, a complete first season, a show that I absolutely love, one that I grew up with. I cannot get enough of this. I watch it in reruns all the time. It is fantastic. Yes, it's pretty goofy. Yes, it's pretty cheesy. It's definitely a typical 90s sitcom, but I grew up with 90s sitcoms, so I absolutely love it. Definitely going to pick this one up. Picked it up for only $9.99 at Target. A great deal. Definitely looking forward to sitting down and watching these again. So that's it for what I bought today. So now it's what I watched. And today I checked out Slam Dunk Ernest. This was pretty bad. I'm a big Ernest fan. I love his movies like Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Scared Stupid. I love his TV show. I love Ernest. I'm a big Ernest fan. So I went into this movie expecting to at least somewhat like it, and in the end ended up hating it. It just was really, really badly done. You could tell they were trying to give you the slapstick, give you the zaniness, give you the goofiness that is Ernest, but it just didn't work out. It really wasn't there. The zaniness, the wackiness, the slapstick, it just wasn't there, and the stuff they tried to give you did not work. It just did not feel like a classic Ernest movie. It felt like a 5-year-old wrote it and just, tried to give you what the rest of the Ernest movies give you, and just did not work out at all. So I was trying to think of how I wanted to talk to you guys about this movie. Do I want to explain the whole plot? And I don't even want to bother. I really just don't feel like getting into this movie too much because I just did not care for it. I don't even want to recommend it at all. I mean, you got Ernest trying to join an inner-city basketball league. You got an angel played by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar who gives Ernest some magic basketball sneakers who make Ernest this big basketball star. You have lessons trying to be learned, although in the end, I don't really see how anybody learned a lesson. Ernest, he tries to learn a lesson of teammanship, and I don't know, I guess he kind of does, in the last, 2 seconds of the film, but then ends up making the winning basket anyway. There's a little kid who tries to he tries to learn that if you want to be a great basketball player, you need to work hard, and it's not all about the shoes. But he ends up stealing a pair of shoes, ends up giving them back. But does he really learn a lesson? I guess, but I don't know how he learned it. Ernest just threw away his shoes, and I guess that means all of a sudden the kid now realizes that it's about hard work and not about a pair of shoes. I don't know. It just everything in this movie was just so poorly done, and there was just so much going on. It just didn't make any sense half the time. No, I cannot recommend this movie. Just stay away from this movie. There's a character in this movie also of a kind of a love interest with Ernest. She's this girl who sells lottery tickets. You would think at the end of the movie maybe her and Ernest would get together, but no, this devil character who's this mean kind of business guy who wants to make money off Ernest, makes money off these shoes and corrupt little children by making them buy the shoes and steal the shoes and whatnot. He ends up corrupting this lottery ticket girl, and so you think in the end that maybe she would learn a lesson and get with Ernest, but she ends up walking away with the devil at the end, and all she wants is the winning lottery ticket. She's obsessed with lottery tickets. She's obsessed with money, and the devil basically says, if you corrupt, you kind of help me corrupt Ernest, I'll give you the winning lottery ticket. And in the end of the movie, again, I'm thinking, okay, she's about to learn her lesson and learn, everything's not about money and whatnot. But no, she ends up walking away with the devil. The devil gives her the winning lottery ticket, and they just walk off. And that was kind of weird. I didn't see that coming, so I cannot recommend this movie. I'm assuming this movie had a budget of maybe $12 because there's a total of 4 shooting locations, 3 of which might have been all shot in the same area, I don't know. There is a basketball arena, a basketball court, an indoor basketball court. That's where 75% of the movie is shot. There's a mall scene, which for all I know could have been outside of the basketball arena, in the hallways or something. I don't know. So there's a mall where about maybe the rest of the 25% shot, maybe 24% of the rest of the movie shot. And the other 1% is split between Ernest's house, which I think there's 2 scenes in, which last maybe a minute each. And there's a scene at a restaurant, which again could have been shot at the basketball arena somewhere, that lasts maybe another minute. So the budget of this movie must have been pretty low. I believe it was all shot in Canada as well. So, the fact that 75% of the movie takes place on the basketball court is pretty boring too. You want to see more. You don't want to see just the same stuff over and over again, and really that's what you get. Ernest, again, doesn't really do any of his classic stand-up, or, classic slapstick. He doesn't do really any of his crazy zaniness. None of his characters are really there. I mean, again, there's one scene where they try to give him some characters, where he's like cleaning the mall up. It doesn't work. He doesn't get really into any costumes. He just sort of does a couple voices, and it doesn't work. It's not really funny. It doesn't really seem like earnest. All the slapstick and goofiness is kind of stuff around him and his basketball shoes, and it just, again, it doesn't work. It's not funny. I just cannot recommend this movie at all. There was also some parts of this movie that were kind of hard to watch, and it all had to do with his teammates. They're all African American, and oh my God, were they so racially stereotyped. It was so bad. I don't understand how movies like Disney's classic Songs of the South, how movies like that don't get released because of racial stereotyping, but then movies like this, that has some of the worst racial stereotyping I've ever seen, get released. I don't get that. I mean, if I was an African American character, the last thing I want to do is horribly, stereotype myself, and every character in this movie pretty much does. I mean, it was just some of the worst racial stereotyping I've ever seen, and it was actually really uncomfortable to watch it sometimes, because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. So, again, I really don't want to get into this movie too much, just because I disliked it so badly. If you like movies, classic Ernest movies, again, like Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Scared Stupid, you're a big fan of those, like I am, stay away from Slam Dunk Ernest. You are going to be so disappointed. It just does not have that classic Ernest feel. It is a very bad movie. I just can't say enough about how much I dislike this movie. So definitely stay away. I'm really actually kind of nervous now to watch movies like Ernest Goes to Africa, and I believe it's called Ernest in the Army. I'm assuming they're probably going to be as bad as this. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping maybe they'll be better, but I'm very scared to watch those two now. But again, I gotta say, if you like Ernest, stay away from Slam Dunk Ernest. You'll be very disappointed. It is such a bad movie. So that's it for what I bought and what I watched today. Definitely looking forward to watching the first season of Family Matters. I have seen all those episodes about 1,000,000 times each, but still looking forward to watching them again. Love the show. And unfortunately, Slam Dunk Ernest, no, just stay away. It's not good. It's a really, really bad Ernest movie. I was very much let down. Just stay away from that one. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya.